Hey guys, Jarek and Mook here, going to be doing some more Halo 1. So, this game, the way this ended up playing out, doing some Team Slayer on Damnation, our teammates ended up leaving. Oh, by the way, these spawns, my goodness.
Halo 1.
Why is the entirety of the whole server spawning in the same room twice? I don't know why that happened. Dude, and I got a double kill out of that grenade. What was I saying? What was I even talking about? Right, this game. The way this game played out, our teammate ended up leaving immediately, which, I mean, I guess can you really blame him with those spawns?
And it was just you and me. And these guys had, like, I forget what it was. They had crazy names and they looked really pretentious, like they were going to be really good. And you and I took this game extremely seriously.
I wasn't taking this game seriously. I was playing like I usually would. My expectation wasn't the same as yours. So these guys, they had plates that were like pro gamer or stuff like that. I didn't mean to fall like that. The shotgun in this game is still messed up.
That
you shoot people and it doesn't do like any damage. You have like no reason to pick it up or even try to use it.
The shot registration for the shotgun acts differently than like the pistol and sniper.
It's way messed up.
Yeah.
Everything else in the game hits people. Shotgun doesn't. It's like each individual pellet, like one or two pellet actually hits them and the rest miss somehow. I don't get why that works. But yeah, they all had plates, so it was like pro gamer and stuff like that, and their names seemed typical. I don't have any way to explain that. Typical MLG.
Yeah.
And usually, in my experience, people with those gamer tags are worse than other people.
It's 50-50, really.
It's like if you open up a server on a lot of games, and the server is, you name it, that was an assassination somehow. I was talking about this in a video before, where I think if you're meleeing at someone, the animation continues you moving one direction. Like say if you're sitting in the Warthog and you throw the grenade out, you stand up, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like you keep looking forward even though you have actually turned around. So if people smack you even though you're looking at them, they're actually hitting your back, which is stupid.
This game has a lot of weird animation stuff. Like if you jump and you start looking around, like your character model won't turn with where you're looking. And it really, really throws me off sometimes.
Yeah, so apparently that can get you assassinated, which is frustrating. As I was saying though, if you go to most games and you open up a server called Pro Gamers Only, usually the worst players join. I cannot figure out for the life of me why that happens. I think it's just like 13-year-olds join thinking they're the coolest, baddest motherfuckers around, and then they just get wrecked.
Yeah, it's kids who think that they're good, so they jump in, but in reality they're bad, and they're the worst players, and they're trying to prove themselves as not being bad. But anyway, this game, this was like, I want to say it was probably my only like good game this night.
I was doing fine tonight. I've definitely had worse days. This was a pretty decent day. I feel like something has actually legitimately made me start playing better. See, I talked to you earlier about this. For a good 3 years or so, when I woke up in the morning, I would drink a Monster, and that was like my morning coffee for... I had to wake up somehow, because you can't just like wake up and just be awake. If you know a morning person, I guarantee you hate that person in the morning. Who put you on this planet, and why are you talking to me? Leave me alone, please. I just woke up. I don't want to talk. Almost no one's a morning person. Also, this rocket shot. Yeah, it's... God, morning people can be so rage-inducing when you just wake up, because I am not happy when I'm awake. Immediately. I want time to wake up and clear that like cloud around my head, but in my experience, it just doesn't really happen unless I have something to force that to happen. I usually, like I said, I would drink a Monster for like 3 or 4 years or so. I drank a Monster when I woke up, and that like cleared that fog around your head and kind of made me more aware. It didn't give me energy, it just helped me wake up. But Monster is absolutely fucking terrible for you.
It's really...
It is one of the worst things you could drink.
Like, all energy drinks are pretty bad for you. There's some exceptions, but Monster in particular is like... You're killing yourself.
You really are, and it's also horrible on your teeth, which is the reason I stopped drinking it. I didn't have any, like, serious issues that caused, like, terrible dental need. Like I had a few fill-ins, but that was like the extent of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to stop drinking Monster entirely because, you know, that's more than enough reason. I'm killing myself. I'm gonna stop.
Of course.
It's just not healthy. And, you know, after that, coffee doesn't wake me up. Like, coffee just does not do it for me. It's weird that, to me, when everyone wakes up and drinks coffee and that's, like, how they wake up and start their day, to me, I don't feel any difference. Like, it doesn't clear that fog around my head. It doesn't give me... It doesn't make me more alert to what's going on around me. So, I didn't really have anything to fill that with, and... You know, when I woke up, I had that constant clatter in my head for the entire day. And I honestly felt like it made me play worse for everything.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I have no idea why I did that. But recently I started drinking those annoying 5-hour energy drinks, which I would like to say taste like shit. They are some of the worst tasting things. Like,
they're
they taste... Yeah, that's exactly what they taste like. They taste horrible. But they do it for me. And I felt that since I have started drinking one of these when I wake up, it kind of makes me more aware of what's going on. And it doesn't give me any energy, as I expected it not to. But I'm definitely playing better.
You know, it's strange. I feel like I don't have, like, with stimulants like coffee and energy drinks and all that stuff, I really don't feel like it wakes me up as much as it makes me more alert. Like, I don't feel like conquering the world or anything. I feel like focusing more.
Well, if anything, I feel calm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and usually people will say, well, it's a sign of being ADD, but... I'm not ADD. It just doesn't work that way for me.
I am extremely ADD. And
and this is the shock.
The way that
My goodness, the shotgun detection. It should not take 3 different shots to kill someone point blank with a shotgun. And yes, you were very ADD. Extremely ADD. I think the reason it doesn't give me more energy is because I already have a ridiculous amount of energy at any given moment to begin with, which I'm sure you've noticed.
Yes.
Even when I go to sleep, like, I'll be in a Skype call with people, and I'll be talking just regular conversations, and then I'm just asleep.
You don't sound tired at all when you're falling asleep. It's the weirdest thing. Like, how you sound right now is how you sound when you're about to pass out.
I've had so many situations where I've fallen asleep in a Skype call, and I don't know what does it, but I'll hear some part of the conversation, and I'll just wake up and resume talking. And I'll just keep going from where the conversation was happening. Everyone's like, were you asleep? Like, you were just asleep for 40 minutes. It's like, was I? I don't know. It's so
I'm
funny
weird how
that.
You can fall asleep and not realize you did.
Oh gosh, there's been a lot of situations. Like, I used to work as a lifeguard. That was my first job ever. When I was 15, immediately my parents were like, "You're gonna get a job, make money for yourself." Which, was not angry at them for doing that because I would like to have my own money, and I actually really respect them for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But they would have this thing called in-service once a week in the summer, 7 in the morning. If you know me, you know my sleeping schedule is not going to favor that. I normally go to bed around 7 or 8 in the morning, and I have a sleeping disorder, so I simply cannot sleep at night. So that caused problems. Typically what I did on in-service day was I would go to in-service, then I would work a few hours after in-service, and I would be very, very tired. And I had a few times where I'd be sitting in the lifeguarding chair and it's 8:30 in the morning. No one's there at 8:30 in the morning. That's just lap swimming with 1 or 2 old people, if that. Yeah. You know? And you do that thing where it's like, you know, you raise your hands back behind your head, you stretch for a bit, you blink, and then it's 40 minutes later. It's like, shit, this is not a place I should be falling asleep. This could cause so many big problems for myself. I don't understand how that works. How do you fall asleep in, like, you're like in suspended animation?
Yeah, it's really crazy. There's been cases where I've woken up and I thought it was, what, like 6 in the morning, and it turned out to be 6 in the afternoon.
Oh my goodness, I have literally gone to work at 8 in the morning, thinking it was 8 at night, worrying about being late to work. It's the most embarrassing thing in the world.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, I remember the times I did it too, because, well, at least one time I remember doing it. Because I was walking there and I'm looking around going, man, it's really quiet today. This is freaking weird. And then realizing that it's freaking 6 in the morning when I get to work. I was like, oh, that's why there was no cars on the road. Anyway, this game, so 3 versus 2, and they got wrecked.
They got stomped.
And I like to point out that Rich guy was the guy that had like the pro gamer tag, and he died more than anyone else.
-10.
He did. He went -10. Yeah. So this was an okay game, I guess you could say
Damnation.
that. I like to point out that for some odd reason you always end up, well, not always, but a lot of time you end up getting more kills than me, but then you die like way more than I do. I generally tend to be a little bit more careful than you, which is strange because I usually approach people, but I guess I just know how to approach safer.
I get cocky. What can I say?
If there's 3 people and I know I can at least kill 2 of them, I'm still not going to rush. I mean, that's a trade in my favor. I killed 2, they killed 1, but if I can't kill all 3, I'm not going to approach.
True, true.
Anyway, there's been some more Halo 1. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.